What's up? What's up? Earl Skakel in the house, fresh off my visit to the new Gold's Gym in the Beverly Center. Pretty good. It was very crowded, though. Very crowded. But I don't expect it to be. It's the new Ken Mosca in the house. What up? We're glad your event went well. I'll have to do that someday when I'm back in good old Nueva York. This is my second stream of the day because I couldn't sleep at about 6 a.m. Rudy Baga in the house. What's up? What's up? Yeah, I would definitely do it. I love doing charity gigs. And I actually know a few autistic comics. I'm not trying to be funny. I just, so it's a cause that is pretty near to my heart. Obviously not as near to my heart as your heart, but I love helping out. I can be a human sometimes. And Florentine's the best. And it's no surprise that he would, see, let me show you what I'm doing. I was playing my NCAA college football, and now I'm back home. I actually saw an AEW wrestler at the new Gold's Gym in the Beverly Center, the great John Morrison, who, funny enough, was my second ever roast battle opponent. So his workouts are pretty epic. Earl is next on the meat list. I don't know. I kind of miss the football podcast myself, but has Ken, well, maybe Ken won't agree with me or whatever, but Chad's too hot right now. He's just way too hot. And I don't like getting mixed up in his Dabbleverse dramas anymore. So I can't say enough nice things about Jungle Jim Florentine. And if you, I just can't be involved in that, Ken, which is too bad because I like doing the football podcast with you and Chad and Mays or whoever the fourth was. I just can't. Yes, he did bang Robin, Florentine, not Chad. So, I don't. Even though I'm a Steeler fan, like if I don't think they're going to win a game, I don't. I'm pretty realistic. Like I'm an LA Kings fan, but I don't sit there and think they're going to win every game. So, I love, I love Chad, but I just can't be involved in that extra stuff, man. It's just not fun for me. Because now they all snipe each other, and they're going to snipe the football show because I don't think Ken will call me a liar when I say this. The numbers weren't exactly amazing. So then they make fun of you for that, and then me and Ken get sucked into it, and I don't do the online roast battle. So like I said many times, if I have something bad to say, I'll say it to your face if we're ever in the same room together. So DB Cooper, are you gonna wear a mask? on WWE. I'm AEW baby doll, so I don't watch WWE. It's just not my thing. Everyone has their thing. Some people like country music. Some people like metal. Some people like Kiss. Some people like Taylor Swift. Um, I mean, I watched a little bit of MLC today. I think Fred Stoller was on. I mean, I respect him a lot. I respect Kevin a lot as a comic, but I just, I can't get into who the Dabbleverse celebrity of the week is, whether it be Clearwater Chad, Karmic X, Ashley Cummings, Kiki. It's not for me. Um, so, well, I would say, I mean, I know that question is to Ken. This goes to my honesty. You think being a Steeler fan, I'd be like, Steelers? Probably Kansas City or Buffalo. I mean, they are the head of the class. Um, so, well, don't get me wrong. I watch all those Dabbleverse shows. I just don't like talking about it. Um, hey, Shandy, what up? What up? Oh, I didn't know you were an amputee, Shandy. Well, good luck with your training. Um, and thank you as always for listening. I'm going to guess it's about 7 or 8 a.m. in Australia. Aussie, Aussie, Aussie. Oi, 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 oi. Yeah, Chargers are a good team. They got Najee Harris. It'll be interested to see how he adapts to West Coast offense. I mean, there's just not. I mean, the AFC Central. I mean, the Ravens will be pretty good. If Rodgers can stay healthy, but now they're just going to double team Metcalf, so they got to make a move. I saw some report linking the Steelers to that receiver in Washington. So, oh shit, everyone stop. The Chicken Man is in the house. Hopefully Barry Sobel tries and sues MLC. Would be, did they say something bad about Barry Sobel today? Um, oh, okay, I didn't know that, Shandy girl. Well, sorry about that. And, good luck in your training. You're always a welcome addition. Bengals might, yeah. I mean, the Bengals aren't. I mean, the FC North is a tough division. I mean, Cleveland's going to be a shit show, but you know, well, they got four quarterbacks. So well, Kevin, I hope your stomach feels better. You definitely picked the wrong place for medical advice. Hey, or should I get my sound effects back? Does Harbaugh still have the secret sauce in San Diego? Well, if Harbaugh's in San Diego, he better go about 2 hours up the freeway. Jimmy Fallon and Barry Sobel were a team back in the day, so Fallon has some skeletons. I mean, I've heard some stories. I mean, I wouldn't feel comfortable saying those stories because I have no proof. But, when you hear the same stories from like 10 different comics and none of them are really associated with each other, where there's smoke, there's fire. So, um, you know, but you got to hear both sides of the story, and you make your own decision, I guess. I know, it is, and to be honest with you, it's almost hockey season. Like, here we are, middle of July, training camp start first week of September. Like, with the current stylistic trends towards tubby middle-aged women dyeing their hair blue, I am constantly confronted by women essentially doing blue Irish cosplay. It's disconcerting while shopping. Well, that's a fact, Jack. So, whatever happened to Jimmy Fallon, the alcoholic who berated his staff? Some peeps are uncancelable, I guess. I mean, some people are just charmed. Some people just, I mean, Chris D'Elia still sells out theaters. Jeff Ross is on Broadway. I mean, in the city where, his situation was brought to light. I mean, that's just like, you know, but even in his case, you hear his side, hear her side, and then you make up your own mind. Jimmy Fallon was a dick to KB at SNL. Well, maybe that's the root of your brother's problems. Yeah, I mean, Ellen, I knew a few people who worked in or around her show said she was a cunt when the cameras were off and nobody's looking. Um, yeah, you're 100% right. I mean, did you ever hear any good Ellen stories? I mean, my one friend who I can't say what they did there because it'll give it away who it is. Um, he did not have very nice things to say about her. But my friend was in a great position because with the job that they have, they could go to, they would get hired by 5 shows the next day if she fired her. So, my friend was really never in any peril of being scared of losing her job. I did not teach anybody how to dance, even though I did take cotillion at the Daisy, which is where OJ met Nicole in Beverly Hills on Rodeo Drive. Thank you very much. Friday nights I took cotillion. I do not have the dance moves. I've got other moves, shadow moves and whatnot, but unfortunately I just wasn't a good dancer. And, I have no shame in admitting that. So, sorry to disappoint you guys. Who I could slow dance like a mother, but slow dancing is basically dry humping for me. Who is your friend at Ellen? No, no, no. I cannot divulge even to you, Chicken Man, a trusted ally, who they are. But and let's just say they are very in demand in their particular job. So my friend really doesn't give a fuck about Ellen, and kind of gave her the attitude of, hey, if you're a cunt to me, I'll just leave and be hired tomorrow. So Earl may not have the dance moves, but you should see what he can do with a Ritz cracker bag. Boing, boing, boing. Yeah, but Mel Gibson, no one remembers that shit. So, OJ was on primetime Fox because they knew he'd get them ratings. Like the guy literally chopped off 2 people's heads, allegedly, and Fox gave him a primetime special. So, yeah, you're right. You make people money. I mean, look at Michael Jackson. We all know what was going on there. And because his record sold, nobody cared. You know, Jerry Sandusky was a good football coach. So I don't know if you'd say he made Penn State money, but he kind of did by making them win. Nobody cared. You don't think Joe Paterno and other people at Penn State knew what was going on? Yeah, 100%. Pat Patterson, Randy Stone. Hey-o! Oh, I thought that said Rat Patterson. You think you're tough, out of control. You think you're tough. Your talk's getting bold. You think you're tough. So we're going to do about 30 minutes today. I already gave you an hour of my time this morning. We got AEW Dynamite coming on sooner than later. Plus, my phone's only at about 20%. So get all your questions in now or forever hold your peace. Please. Yeah, there's a lot of hot stand-ups, to be honest with you. There's, comics that, Sarah Tiana, Laura Peak, Eliza, Nicole Buchanan, Yeah, hit the like and subscribe button. And good luck in your therapy session. How many of them slept with Jeff? I don't know, to be honest with you. Steph Tolov. Yeah, she is I think she's really cute. So no, they do not, as far as I know. But I don't really keep up with who's boning who up there anymore. I've taken the position of the less I know, the better, baby. That's a fact, Jack. Um, so I wish I knew you a little better, Peter Chicken Man Brennan. I got a good story to tell you, but I'm not quite sure who you are and if I can trust you with my inside story. Um, so, no, I don't think the last few bookers, I mean, no one was sleeping with Emily or Rose. I don't think Adam was sleeping with comics. I mean, he was dating Sarah Weinshank at the time, but he didn't pass her, so, like, he played it pretty even, Steven. How's Mike Black doing? Yeah, I think he got up a little more with Emily, but I see him from time to time. Yeah, but what a Kushim. But I could only really tell the Chicken Man this particular story if I knew who they were, just so I knew if I could trust them. Because who knows, it might be about the Chicken Man. So, I some stories are better left. Sarah Weinshank kind of reminds me of Esther Povitsky when she first started doing stand up. Um, so, yeah, but there's a lot of cute girls at the Comedy Store. But they're also really funny too. So, um, I hope that answers your question. Is it true the Brennan father was president of Intellivision Computer Company? Intellivision Baseball, man, that was my go-to video game back in the Disney. Does that? No, Ashley Cummings wouldn't. No, she does not get spots at the Comedy Store SCBID show. Nothing. I think would ever allow that to happen. I think even Whitney Cummings would be like, no. So I'm going to assume, knowing Rose how I know her, that she would not be a fan of whatever it is Ashley is doing. I don't believe she's a comic. I think she teaches yoga, and that's about it as far as I know. I mean, she's an attractive yoga-looking person, but her personality is so bad from clips I've seen. I mean, what was that stuff Melton was clipping last night, and like where she's barely able to form a sentence? That's not really attractive to me, anyway. Uh, yes, The Secret might be too much. And you guys know me. I like to spill the tea, but Joe Rogan versus Liver King, who you got? And let's be honest, Rogan's jiu-jitsu is better than his comedy. I mean, in a, I mean, the Liver King strikes me as someone who would be very undisciplined. I mean, Rogan would kill him. How many times has the fighter with the best body got their asses kicked? The only fighters that had a great body and delivered was really, there's a few, but Ron Lyle and instantly comes up into my head in terms of heavyweight boxers. But then when you go to the UFC, Todd Duffy was not very good at the highest level. Overeem was good when he was on the roids. Are you out on bail right now? Weren't you trolling me the other day, MM? Come on, be better. You've had like 48 hours to try and come up with some good ones. Come on now. Dr. Nova, you like the new Slop Quest without Danis? What a team, Danis and O'Neill. But, I still to this day don't know what happened between those two. It's really none of my business. It's unfortunate, but I get it, they were together a very long time. Shit, I quit Roast Battle like 3 times in 2 years. I was so unhappy. So I can imagine how they felt. When's I've never seen Ashley Cummins. How hot? Well, it depends on what kind of girl you like. If you like yoga teachers, I mean, she's probably an 8. If you I don't know what you like, so um, you know, an LA 7, I guess, LA 6 to 7. God, I mean, I got pulled over maybe 1988 for barely speeding. The guy let me off with a warning. I mean, Rogan definitely knows his shit. That's for sure. But yes, AEW in a half hour. Let's see. Yes, 424 AEW comes on live. It should be a good. Usually the best dynamites are the ones right after a pay per view. No, actually, I got pulled over. I take that back. I got pulled over in '88 for speeding, but the guy let me off, and then I think around 2001, I got pulled over going like 110, going to a shitty gig in Elko, Nevada. And, I guess after like 105, they can arrest you. So the cop was like, "What are you doing driving so fast?" Oh, I'm like, "I'm sorry, man. I'm comic coming from LA to do the Winners Casino, or, whatever it was called." And he's like, "Tell me a joke and I'll just write you up for going 90." And I forget the joke, but like I made him laugh. So, not all cops are dicks. I don't think Ashley does have money. For someone who has money, she sure begs a lot for it. Um, I mean, I want to say Elko, Nevada. It was Elko, and it was a 2-night gig. It was Friday night you were in Elko, and then Saturday night you were in Winnemucca. Man, that was a fucking far drive. Whitney has money, but I don't believe Whitney and Ashley talk. I mean, I know Whitney. She's a certain kind of crazy. Ashley's a different kind of crazy. I could see that I'm going to guess they rarely talk. I don't know that to be true. I'm just guessing. And so, yeah, in terms of would I take Ashley Cummings out on a date? I would not. She talks about money so much that's a huge turnoff for me. Did you say Whitney supported setting up? Yeah, but that was like 10 years ago. So I don't think they talk anymore. Um, yeah, I mean, it is deep. And I'll never forget the guy who was the headliner. He's passed on, but he was the first guy I really did the road with. And I actually learned a lot from. His name was Roger Peltz. And he was like one of those weird 70s celebrities who was like on like Match Game and, $25,000 pyramid and stuff like that. And, he just loved doing the road. Like, he was really funny, man. And he just, um, I don't know. He just, some guys love doing those shitty road gigs. I don't know where he lived at the time, but, I know comics who do that shit every week. They'll drive to Montana, come back, have a day off, and then drive to Seattle, come back. Next week, they're driving to Tucson. Like, fuck that. Was he funnier than Barry Diamond? He was, actually. Let me look up Roger Peltz. Um, he's a great guy, too. He was very nice and, gave me advice. I mean, I was like a year into comedy, so I probably shouldn't have been doing comedy. Uh, Let me see. Oh, yeah. Wow, he died. Let's see. Let's get an image of him for you guys. He's a very nice guy. Yeah, that was him. Oh, fuck, man. What a bummer. Kind of makes me sad. Um, here's a picture of him. Great guy. Yeah, he was like, I'm trying to think of the right terminology. He was like a lesser known Charles Nelson Riley. Now let's look his IMDb up. Um, but really content with just being a road dog. You know, he probably got. See, Roger Peltz was born January 13th, 1948, in Rockwood, Tennessee. He was an actor known for Zoobilee Zoo, Explorers, and Night Patrol. He died on September 30th, 2011. Let me see anything else interesting about him. Not really, but really funny guy and like kind of looks like Florentine. Yeah, he was a little. Let me see his acting credits. So here we go. Okay, featured on the Rich Little album, "The First Family Rise Again." Um, let's see. Let's see what he's known for. So here is his IMDb. So, Night Patrol. He was the gay cop. Hey, let's see who else was in Night Patrol. You know your stream's going to shit when you're looking up Roger Peltz's. Okay, so let's see who was in Night Patrol. We got Linda Blair. Pat Paulson was funny. J.P. Morgan from Match Game. Jack Riley, Murray Langston, the unknown comic, Billy Barty, Pat Morita as the rape victim. What the fuck? Let me see who else. Kitten Natavadad. She was a girl with the big tits, and um, the wildlife. So interesting. So yeah, but Roger was an awesome guy. So I didn't know he had passed away that long ago. But I just remember him kind of taking me under his wing that weekend, and that was the only weekend we ever worked together. Um, so, who's funnier? Rank them: Ashley Cummings, Jeff Ross, Brendan Shaw. I mean, um, like, oh boy, I guess I'd have to go Jeff, Brendan, and Ashley. Yeah, but Kitten, she doesn't have Kitten Atava Dodd's jugs. Trust, that's a fact, Jack. But, you know, I'll take your word for it. Earl, be honest, is 26 too old to go pro in boxing? I mean, I never say never. Uh, I can be. I voted for a rapist twice in roast battle. And I told their opponent, just make it close, and you got my vote. You just got to be in the ballpark. One was at Naked Roast Battle in New York, and I told the girl he was battling, I said, dude, Lindsay, just make it close. I mean, if it's anywhere in the fucking ballpark, you have my vote. And first round, she was beating him, and then she started bombing like nobody's business. So I had to vote for the guy. And then the same guy was battling my friend Doug Fager in the belly room. And I said to Doug before the battle, same thing, make it close. You got my vote. And I kept voting because Doug, first round was great, and then he started kind of bombing. And then I kept making it go to overtime because I didn't want to vote for the other guy. And then finally, I was like, hey, man, Doug, I can't carry any farther. Hello. I mean, 26, I mean, not necessarily. I mean, there was a player on the Kings this year, Jeff Mallett, who made his debut at 28 in the NHL. Is that too late? I don't know. Um, so, I mean, Ron Lyle was in prison for 7.5 years before he fought Foreman and Ali. So I'm going to guess Ron Lyle really hit his heavyweight niche in his 30s. So, no, I don't think 26 is that old. But, you better get up there. I mean, you know how many baseball players are in their mid-20s to late 20s before they, peak out, especially from the Dominican. And if their list is in their late 20s or probably early 30s, I mean, there's some wonky age doctoring going on. Any thoughts on the up and coming uh, Minnesota Buck? No, we don't. We don't. Easy 1, 2, 3. You're on the wrong stream, Chief. We don't do that in here. This isn't a Dabbleverse wrap-up show on Sirius. Thank you. Hello. I mean, 26. I mean, I've dated a few people in their early 20s. I mean, my last girlfriend, I met her in fourth grade. She was in fourth grade. I was teaching. Hello, hello. Earl, do the Steelers pay Watt? I mean, that's a tough one, man, because you're basically paying him off of his past. I mean, he had a down year last year. Not horrible, but a down year. I don't know if you want to start paying him $40 million a year in his early 30s, but it'd be a public relations disaster if you did not pay him appropriately. But man, that's a tough one. It's like the Kings are paying Drew Doughty $11 million a year, and it's totally hamstrung how they take care of the defensive uh, unit. He's probably playing at a $6 million level. They had to trade Jordan Spence to Ottawa because there's just no room for him with Doughty playing top line minutes. So Earl blew a speaker in his car. He was a motivational speaker. Hey, that's pretty funny. I might have to use that. Is that an original joke? Hold on. You know what, Dr. Nova? Because I don't know who you are. Well, I probably do know who you are, but you get. Hold on. Hold on. Uh, hold, please. All right. All right. I'm going to mute this for a second. Hey, Earl blew a speaker in his car, a motivational speaker. Man, hold on. Hold on. Got him. Hold on here. The fuck? All right, all right. What is this? A morning zoo show? Get out of town. How about some Rodney jokes? A girl asked me over to her house. She said nobody was home. I went over. Nobody was home. Hello, hello. Hey, Earl blew a speaker in his car, a motivational speaker. Uh, let's see. That's a pretty funny joke, Doctor Nova. Is that an original? Or are you easy 1, 2, 3? 14 months. Sorry about that toe talk. Much love, Earl. It's all good. Easy 1, 2, 3. Hit the like and subscribe button, you son of a bitch. Earl blew a radio in his car. A tarred towel boy. Jesus, you guys are out of control. All right, we'll see if that joke's funny. Let me see. Earl blew a radio in his car. A tarred towel boy. I say a tarred towel boy. Sorry. I can't do this, man. Come on, I'm not prepared to do. What am I, Fred fucking Norris? Um, I mean, I don't think 26 is too old to be a boxer. I mean, like I said, Ron Lyle was 30, basically when he started. Earl, did you ever go see Sugar Ray Leonard? No. I mean, the last boxing match I was at was Lennox Lewis against one of the Klitschko brothers. Oh, it's a Stanhope joke. So yeah, I don't do Stanhope jokes. Give that one to Bolivia. Uh, I am looking forward to the Dynamite. Quote me, Stanhope jokes. Shit. I will go 5 more minutes, guys. 5 more minutes, and my phone's about to die. So I appreciate you guys. Bolivia is very familiar with Stan. Yeah, I'm sure she is. How'd that work out? I mean, when he's starting to distance himself from her, it's over, Johnny. I imagine Bolivia Space was given lots of things on that tour she did with Stanhope's crew. I mean, you know, that is not the group for a girl like her to be around. Let's just put it that way. I mean, they're all good. They're like I could hang with them and it'd be fine, but like for a impressionable girl who's got substance issues, that ain't the crew. Trust me on that one. Thank you, Easy123. I'm sure someone is streaming right now. So when I end this stream in 3 minutes, you guys can go, I don't know, to the Catalano network and have at it. Uh, well, she's just Dr. Nova. Yeah, I mean, Stanhope's actually pretty cool. I wouldn't say I hung out with him, but we always talk when I see him at the comedy store, and he's just been there, done that. Like, and Bolivia she has such a fucking dark energy, especially after we stopped dating. And I'm not saying I was like the greatest guy in the world, but to her, I was. You know, um, you know, she just it's like a dark cloud over her. And Zach, I can definitely not see that going well. I mean, he might have her open for, like once, but like he's like hanging out with Bradley Cooper. He's not hanging out with Bolivia. No, I mean, and like you said, SC, um, you know, it's one thing when you're 18, 19 years old and you're the cool kind of edgy chick that's fucking comics, but now she's 30 in October, I think. It ain't cool anymore. And now everyone has had her. And it makes me sad saying that, but it's true. So now she's just the girl that nobody wants around. Um, yeah, he lives in Bisbee, Arizona. Well, she's an old 30. Like she just is. And so people have moved on to, the younger generation. Um, you know, well, it's like I actually, even though I'll always have anger or whatever you want to call it because of what she said, I don't wish her any harm. And, because I do remember, like, 8 months out of the year we dated, she was really cool. Like, there is a good side of her, but, now female comics don't even want her around because they just don't. Like, I was talking to someone about her, a female. We were all on a show together once, and when the show was over, I left with Olivia. Oh, I'm sorry, Bolivia, and she was like, "That girl wants to fuck you. I know it." And you couldn't pick. I won't say who the other comic was because it just doesn't matter. But and I'm good friends with them. There is zero sexual chemistry between us. Like we were just talking. So that's why girls don't want her around. Um, yeah, William Zoom is missing. I'm going to email him because well, he wasn't 37-0 in the 80s because Buster Douglas beat him in 88. So, do tailgaters Mental too. That's an interesting question. Well, don't say that easy. One, two, three. Don't I never like to. Oh, was it 1990? I thought it was 88, but I might be. So we'll go to 45. But my phone is about to die. So 45. If it dies, then you know what happened. Um, so who knows? I bet you if I ran into Bolivia at the stand, she'd be she'd try and be nice to me. I'd be like, no, no, thank you. Well, I don't know. He's usually always he hasn't been in my stream in like 2 weeks. So, you guys are all friends to me, So, like, you do get worried. Like, hey, we haven't seen this person in a while. I mean, we joke around about Pert Perkins, but I'm pretty sure in Pert's case, his wife said, hey, no more giving that fucking guy who everyone thinks is rich money, honey. So, if it dies, it dies. GTSY Earl in chat. Thanks, Earl. Thank you, Waiver. I got busted for possession of booze that week because I was only 20. Interesting. Interesting. Juvenile delinquent. That's a good Ace Frehley song. Life's too short. You gotta realize the days go by, turn into years. Rock and roll is just a way of life. It's here for me and you. Pert blown in the Santa Ana winds. Or what's your thoughts on Riddick Bowe? I mean, should have had a better run. His problem was kind of like Larry Holmes. There really weren't that many people for him to fight, so you never had that great rivalry. Like Ali had Frazier, Foreman, Spanks, Ron Lyle, Ernie Shavers. I mean, Larry Holmes had like Tim Witherspoon and Pinklin Thomas, and Jerry Cooney. I think Liver King would get killed by 3 more minutes, guys. 3 more minutes. Hope William Zoom is all right. He's one of the few people that knows what's 12 inches in wide. Not a goddamn thing. Why do rabbits have quiet sex? Because they got cotton balls. Because they got cotton balls. Because they got cotton balls. That didn't work. I mean, Liver King's got a great body, but he strikes me as anyone that muscular is probably slow as shit and has no gas tank. And even though Joe's very, how would you say it, stout and muscular, his cardio is very good. What about John Holmes? Yeah, well, he was 13 inches. Hey, Kip Smith, we're all asking about William Zoom. All right, 2 more minutes, guys. 2 more minutes. Yeah, but he's not good on the mic. He would need to be paired with someone who's good on, as they say, the stick. Who would you rather go on a date with, Ashley Cummings, Ellen, or Leslie Jones? Probably Ashley Cummings. Liver King's clearly having a meth breakdown. I mean, who knows what he's put in his body? Probably roids. I'll guess growth hormone. Probably testosterone. I mean, he probably has CTE and is just fucking losing his mind. So, I mean, I'm a booby guy, so no, William Zoom from the Earl Skakel stream. All right, guys, 1 more minute. 1 more minute. You watched Shane testing out any of his SB's material? I did not. I don't want to watch comedy. I'm a gay man. I've seen dudes have meth breakdown, Liver King to a T. Yeah, I mean, he does have that fucking sunken in part of his face right here, but then again, so do I. Hello. What up? Hi-Fi Protege, we're just about to end the stream because my phone's about to die. High and by, that's a fact, Jack. Everyone follow Hi-Fi Protege. He does all my clips. Does Kobe still play? I think Kobe's been dead for a minute. Yeah, you gotta have. I mean, that's he's making Scott Steiner look healthy. Who the Steiner recliner? So you must have a big hog too. I would guess not. You do all that shit. Your balls shrink. He probably has trouble getting it up unless he's on testosterone, which he probably is. So maybe he doesn't, but I don't know. Jeff Ross sucks. That's a fact, Jack. Johnny Lamb. I stopped following Kobe when he retired. What's he up to? Hey-o. Got him. Now I'm stealing from Melton. Earl Skakel over and out.